Hi, my name is Peris Mbuthia, and I am a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a businesswoman, entrepreneur who sells skincare, who treats skin. I have a medical clinic, skin clinic, Timeless Medical Spa, but I've also authored a book called The Audacious Dreamer by Peris Mbuthia, and today I'm excited because something good is happening soon. I'm writing another book, so you just have to wait and listen to our conversation and follow us through so you can get to know what the book is going to be about.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tina, and with me I have amazing people. We're going to have conversations about the skin, skincare, routines, gender, name it. So I would like for them to introduce themselves. We could start with Michelle, and then we come back to Peris.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Michelle or Shingi. I prefer Shingi. I'm a visual storyteller and moderator, and today we'll be here talking about the skin.
Hi, my name is Bethwell. Bethwell Moni is my name. I'm a graphic designer, a media person, and I'm just here to offer opinions from my perspective. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Peris Mbuthia. Who am I? I'm a mother first. I'm a child of God. I'm a wife. I'm an author, right? I'm a businesswoman, entrepreneur, and yeah. And today we're here to have an interesting talk about self-esteem and skin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you so much for introducing yourself. I feel like we would have had a better introduction for her with drum rolls because when we were having a preview about this conversation, I was so moved and I was looking at her and saying, I wish you knew the kind of wave of understanding and also perspective that you're going to bring to the world with this book. And I'm really interested to see how and where this will go, because I'm sure this is not just about color. It is not just about Kenya. It is going global.
Amen.
Yes. So I would like to listen to you talk about how Oxygen Botanical started. How did you start the journey of self-care? I mean, yes, you've written a book, but maybe you could give us a little bit of background so that our listeners can also get to understand who you are. Who is Peris Mbuthia?
Well, Peris Mbuthia is a child that was born somewhere in Nanyuki. So I'm a village girl, literally. I am the firstborn of my mother. And so I like to call myself a village girl, right? However, Peris was a little girl that was determined to leave the village and go for big things. So when I was 18, I went to school in UK. And then as fate would have it, I got married there, had my first child there, then we moved back to Kenya, then I moved to US, then I got back. Then I've lived in every continent, let's put it that way, because it's not about where I lived. So yeah, and then Canada, so I've lived in every continent. I pride myself in saying that, yeah. I'm a traveler, I love traveling. But more importantly, now you ask me, how did I get involved in the skincare industry, right? First of all, I was working in hospital for years. I've worked in nursing home, I've worked even with old people. Everybody knows people when you go abroad before you know what you're doing, you hassle, and I've worked in hospital. But then after my second baby, my skin really was bad and I started breaking out hard, and I was looking for solution for me. In my first book, The Audacious Dreamer by Peris Mbuthia, I've talked about that. And so for me, I was looking for solution for me, for skin of color, because I was like, okay, when you go to buy a lot of product, the photos you see on the product, then, by the way, thin, right? Right now, these days, I think we've evolved. It was more for not for descent. It was normally for the white people, for Caucasian, the Asian. There wasn't much about black. Right? Am I lying?
No, you're...
So I was looking for that. I was like, who can come up with a solution for this? And so I went back to school, did medical aesthetics, and then I decided, instead of opening, by that time I was living in Canada, so I was like, okay, instead of opening my business in Canada, why not take it back home? Why not go and give the people of Kenya a solution? And that's how Timeless Medical Spa was born. By the way, it will be 10 years this July. So the reason I'm even writing this book is because as I celebrate the faithfulness and goodness of God, I want to celebrate 10 years with a book about skin. Self-esteem and skin, because, oh my God, for the last 10 years, I've learned a lot about esteem and skin. My God, that's all I treat. If I may lie and tell people that I treat skin alone, it's a lie. I became a psychologist. I didn't go to school to learn psychologist. I went to learn medical aesthetic by default. I've been more talking. Somebody would come, for an example, they've just maybe filed divorce, and all of a sudden the skin started breaking out and they want to treat the skin. But when you listen to the core of why the skin is breaking, it's got nothing to do with the skin. It's psychological. Teenagers, I would be giving examples why teenagers that have been brought to me because they've refused to go to school, because girls are starting to notice them, boys are starting to notice them, but now they have pimples and they're like, oh my God, all I can think about when I go to school is they are only speaking to me and they are seeing my pimple, not my heart, not my face. And so you then realize skin is deep. It's not just about what we see. It's connected with our brain, it's connected with the heart. Literally, skin speak. And for the longest, people ignore that. But actually, skin speak, and you need to listen to it. And that's why I'm here today, and that's how Timeless Medical Spa was born. That's how Oxygen Botanical Kenya was born. I'm still looking. It doesn't stop. We're still looking every day to how do we help people to have skincare, skin treatment that will help them not only to look better, but to feel better. Because when you feel better, you look better. When you look better, you feel better. When you think better, you look better. It's all connected.
Okay, so thank you so much. So I would like to also invite Michelle into this conversation. And I would also like to say that this is like you marketing Oxygen Botanicals, because after this conversation, everyone will be like,
I want to exactly.
So how did you come to the point of manufacturing products? You know how manufacturing can be very hectic, but you have managed to do manufacturing for Timeless and Oxygen Botanicals. So how did you go about the lab testing, the skin testing? How did you go about all that to see that even you're using your own products, right? So your skin is really looking nice. So what confidence did you also use to like be a person who is like, I would also like to use my products? Because people don't usually use their products because they're like, what I did, no, I would prefer to use someone else's. So the confidence plus how did you come to have these products manufactured, the testing? You know, it's very hectic to actually have those prototypes, and then you get to select this one is what actually works. So she can also add her input into it, and then you answer us.
Yes. And actually, even before we get there, because I remember in the briefing before you talked, you gave us more of the personal side of how you basically founded this company that's helped not only you but other people. If you could go a bit more into telling that story of how you were in Mombasa, and that's because it's personal, it's very relatable to people. I feel like people would like to hear the emotional side of the conception of your company.
Wow, again, you're saying, I know I feel like I'm marketing, you know, it almost feels like now I'm about to start marketing. But thank you, first of all, for saying my skin look good, because I don't feel it looks good today, and I'll tell you why. You see, we said skin speak, right? I just received news a couple of days ago. I lost my uncle. We have funeral on Saturday, and so I woke up and there was some other things that going on. Tomorrow we have an activation going on in the Gulf. So there's a lot I'm planning as the CEO of the company. I'm not sleeping well, and so yesterday I woke up with this code sword, which I haven't had for years. But skin speak. Skin speak. I woke up with a cyst here. I woke up with another. So skin will speak. When you're stressed, your skin will tell you, hey, you need to calm down, because if you continue this way, very soon here, we're not gonna. So thank you for the compliment, but today I don't feel like I'm having a good day, but thank you, God bless you. Now, how did I come about? Again, I hope this doesn't sound like a repeat for those people who've read my book. But like I said, I was looking for solution of my skin. Now, I was so depressed after my second born was born. She was a preemie. She was born a preemie, for those who know what a preemie means. My beautiful girl was so beautiful. This light-skinned girl with very soft hair. She looked like Mzungu. Mpaka people, my husband is dark. He's dark, tall, and handsome Kenyan man. But I'm light, and as I get older, I'm getting darker. I don't know what happened. But anyway, but my daughter was now lighter than she was, really light, and this nice soft. She had hair even, she really looked like a Kamzungu, but she was a preemie. She was so tiny. We couldn't even put her newborn clothes. She wouldn't fit on them. Seriously, we bought the clothes that you buy for pet. We were in US. May I say I was in US? But they have clothes for pets, little sweaters, little booties, and little. No, seriously. So anything you would put on her for newborn was just so big, she would disappear on it. But I had such love, this little tiny beautiful thing, but she's preemie. I was so scared. I would look at her and I would be scared. And then they told me, for her to thrive, you need to be lying her on your chest and let her sleep there. And my husband would also do the same. And so we got so attached and protective. We didn't allow anybody to see my daughter. I think my daughter was only seen by 3 of my good friends that I allowed. They're still my good friend up to today. That I allowed, even one of them became the godmother to the child, that I allowed to get to my house to see the baby. Even my co-workers then, I was working in US in a place called UCommon. It's a hospital nursing home. So even them, they planned to come and see my baby, and I refused. I got obsessed with my baby. I'd clean my house top to bottom, even though I've had C-section. I would literally, you would never see even a little dust or nothing in my house. I was protecting my child. I became obsessed. And as I was doing that, I didn't realize what that was doing to me. First of all, I had another child, remember? My firstborn was born before. This is the lastborn, yeah? So I have to take care of and this is in US. I didn't have a maid. So I'm the maid, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and I'm having a preemie, and I'm obsessed. So you can imagine it's a lot of work. I wasn't sleeping well, I wasn't eating well. In fact, I lost so much weight. If you would have seen me a month after giving my baby, you wouldn't have believed I was skinny. You know how even you have a little belly after, it was flat. I was just skinny. I was stressed. I was depressed. So that went on, and my daughter started growing, loved by God and people. But what that did is, it was doing for me. Remember what I told you, mental? You know, skin and mental? My mental health wasn't good because I'm worried 24/7 about my baby. Is she going to speak? She was a premier. I knew she was a premier. I knew she was going to speak. But you're a mother. You're worried. Is she going to walk? She's so beautiful now. But when she's 3, 4, is she good? Because they kept on telling me, your daughter might be a little bit slow on something. So don't let that alarm you if she doesn't speak early, if she speaks late, if she doesn't walk on time, if she walk late. But before, disclaimer, that child walked on 10 months. That child spoke. Even today, she has not shut up. By the time she was she was. But anyway, but I was so scared as a mother, as a young. I was really scared. And what that did is that my skin started breaking out. And now imagine, I'm a light-skinned girl. So when I break out and a cyst come out, you can see it from, But that went on for years, and I ignored it because I did not let it define me. At some point, I was so concentrating on raising my daughter, who is a preemie, and being right by her, that I ignored about me. It wasn't about me, if that makes sense, right? But then, as fate would have it, when she was 2, we moved back in Kenya, and then we went to Canada. And that's where I think everything just went crazy. My skin, now I'm in a new country again. My daughter is thriving, my family is thriving, but I'm in a new country, learning new things, everything. And I was enjoying life. I was even a youth teacher to the church my husband and I, we attended in Canada, in Faith Alive Christian Center. God bless them. In fact, that's where I launched my first book first. I launched it there in Canada. And so this thing called acne really now decided it's about time we show up and show up big. And I became so depressed to a point that I would go to church and sometimes stay in the car because I felt like all people could see it's my people. And it's true. Have you ever gone to say hello to somebody, they take a step back?
Oh, wow.
And then it happened to me.
Oh, wow, okay.
See, this beautiful woman, but you're like, what's up with that skin? What's happening?
Or you say hi and then they're like, you should do something about your
Oh, no, most of the time they don't even. They are looking at you like this, like telling you, you know what I'm trying to tell you, girl. Why wouldn't you just get help? But not knowing I tried everything. And the more I tried things, the more I made it worse. That was the days of proactive this. I would go self-meditate myself. I'm using this, I'm using that. They're reacting.
Damaging your barrier.
And I would wake up even 4 a.m. my girl. 4 a.m. to look where the pimples have multiplied. Oh my God, how many now? Oh my God, this has gotten bigger. My husband is holding me and telling me, you are beautiful. Don't concentrate on this. So now, to cut the story short, during that mix of emotions, I asked my husband and my children, I call it family meeting. I called them for a family meeting. And I said, Mommy need mommy time. I need to go to Kenya and I want to go alone. I want your blessing. I want to go alone. And they were like, we always go for a family holiday. Yes, we take holiday as family once or twice a year. But are you alone? Yes, I want to go alone and I need your blessing. To cut the long story short, they gave me the blessing. I came to Kenya. And my brother, by that time, he was living in Mombasa, and he picked me up in Nairobi, and we went, and I told him I wanted to go to Maridi. He lived in Mombasa, I wanted to go to Maridi. And so he took me to Maridi, he was kind, got a hotel. I was left alone like Kamurogi, tunasamanga uko peke yako, utaki. It was low season, I think we were only 4 or 5 people in the hall. There was 3 other dudes, white people, 1 African, and me. It was a whole resort with about 5 people. So you can imagine, we were spoiled. Because they just, but this beautiful morning, I am having my drink, and I went and nikalala chini ya mnasi. I'm enjoying my drink. Then I started crying. And I cried, and I cried, and I cried myself to sleep. And I fell to deep sleep. And when I was asleep, I had a voice clearly speak to me. And that time, back a little bit, before I slept, I was thinking, where can I go in this Mombasa to treat my skin? In this Maridi, in this Kenya, before I go back, maybe there can be a miracle. By the time I get back in the flight, my family will see me and say, wait, what happened? Maybe there can be a miracle. So I started searching on the web. Where can I go? Where can I go? Which doctor? I saw there was one in Uganda, one in Nairobi. I'm like, there's no people who treat skin here. As I was looking, I saw there were very little. In between, there was dermatological offices, but very few also. There were not that many on the web then. Now there is gazillion of them. But then, so I was like, okay. So I cried myself, sleep. Then that voice spoke very clear. Why are you looking for somebody else to give you the solution? You should be the solution. Be the answer. Be the answer you're looking for. Be the answer to the people of color. Be the answer. Be the answer, be the answer, be the answer, be the solution. I'm not a doctor of skin. How the hell do I become
the solution?
The solution. Where do I start with this? But anyway, I thought, I woke up, I'm looking, nobody, I'm alone. It's on the beach. I lie down, chini ya mnasi. So who is this? It must be God. I said, Holy Spirit, if this is you, don't let it leave me. Then equip me with what I need to do what you want me to do. I cancelled my holiday, checked the flight back to Canada, called for another family meeting, and I said, God has spoken to me. And my husband is looking. God has spoken to you. Okay, girl, if you say so. Also, and what did God say? Oh, I'm going back to school. I was like, are you for real? Where do we get the money from? Your 2 children, we have 2 children. We're in Canada, fallen. Are we going to have our kids get education, or is it us going back to school? I'm like, don't worry. When I'm doing homework with them, I'll be doing my homework. I'll organize my place of work. I'll talk to them so that I can go to school either in the morning, go to work in the afternoon, or work in, vice versa. He said, we'll think about it. And let's look at our finances. And to cut the long story, he gave me the blessing. I went back to school to study medical aesthetics. And when I finished, I did well. And now instead of opening my clinic in Canada, I decided to come open the clinic in Kenya to find solution for others, because I had found solution for me. And that's where now, during that time I was going to school, I was busy doing research. Which is the best ingredient that treats skin of color? Which is the product I can trust? Who is the company I can work with? That is how I started now doing, I dive deep into this thing called skin and skin treatment and skin care. And I found companies and partners that I could work with. In fact, what I started with is not what I first started with, a product that was called Racure, and the owner of that company died. So that's when now Oxygen Botanical came in. I partnered with him. And you have to find people that understand your vision and what you're on about. And this is how all this was. It was a easy? No. Did I go through a lot? Yes. Was I almost giving up? Yes. Even now, do I feel like giving up sometimes? 100% yes. But we keep moving, we keep going. Fear is, it's you walling of things you don't even know whether they'll happen. So even now, I could be afraid of lighting this book, guys, but I'm taking a chance.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Yultaitina, and it is such an amazing conversation to start to have about the skin. And I'm just amazed at what could happen to the industry about skin therapy, about psychology, the conversations we have around it. And what took me away, or what stood out for me, is the things that we tell ourselves and what we are inside, we start to project on our skin. I am looking forward to this book impacting you, and even for you to listen into our conversations and pick up something. Thank you.
Peris, thank you for sharing the backstory. I feel like it was very important to hear, because it's emotional, and also you heard the spiritual side of things where God came to talk to you. Now, back to Tina's question.
Thank you so much. So I had asked about how you went through the process of researching, finding products to use to develop your skincare products and also routines, because some products you can't overuse them. So also the emotional state you were in when you were going through prototypes to select this is the one, and also the confidence to use your own products. That is what I had asked.
To be honest, before I could come to the conclusion, this is the one, I had burned my skin. I had like you said, exactly, using the long, even though I was going in school, learning about skincare, still, people would put a product out there and say this is good for the black descent, for African descent. It can be used by all skin type. But you use it, it turns out it's not for all skin type. You break out. I burned myself so many times. I swear my skin was from now breaking. It started having different colors, hyperpigmentation, post-inflammation hyperpigmentation, because you use something, it reacts. It has active ingredient. You overuse it reacts. But in that process, I was determined to be the guinea pig. I was really determined, until I'm sure that this product has worked for me, and so therefore it will work for the people of color, and it will work for Kenyans. I'm not going to open a medical clinic, and I'm not going to sell it to any other Kenyans. So now what I did, I tried different things that did not work out. I tried, my husband was in it, in doing research. You get this team that is learning about, they've seen your vision. They understand it, and they're like, we got you. Let's do research. Let's just deep, go deep, dive in and learn everything there is to do about ingredients. That's what I did. And then I partnered with a good company that actually doesn't cut corners. Oxygen Botanical, just because I launched it in Kenya doesn't mean it's a new product. It's been there for over 20. It's in over 20 countries now. I just partnered with them, right? So it wasn't me from scratch. I need to really make that disclaimer. I had, experts who had already done it, but they were more making a product for all skin types, right? But now I started talking to them about what going forward we need to do for
black skin.
Yes, for our skin, and like that. But yeah, did I mess up before I got it right? 100 times more. I did keep on messing up, but eventually I used the product, agreed on me, loved it, my husband, my children. When I realized it's good for my whole family, then I moved it to my clinic. I did not sell it outside my clinic. We actually sold it in my clinic, did treatment in my clinic until we were sure that that it's giving result. Then we launched it to all Kenyans. And now it's, again, I'm not trying to market, but now it's now being sold in Pharma Plus, Good Life, and you will find it in medical spas, right? So that's what we did. We first did research ourselves, used it ourselves as family, then took it to our clinic, used it in the clinic, and gave it to all our family members to try. And then now we open it to the mass.
Okay. That's amazing.
And then earlier, I remember you talked about how your skincare is a reflection of what's happening internally, psychologically, the food that you eat, the air around you, all these things. And so because you do have a medical spa, you guys sell topical things. How honest can you be? Because you're a business at the end of the day.
Yes,
how honest can you be with people in terms of being like, this might be hormonal, this might be because of something you're eating? How do you navigate the balance in between giving someone something that's topical or being open and honest and telling them this might be more psychological?
Good question. Now, number one, when you come in our clinic, first thing we do is skin analysis. We do skin analysis. We have this machine that will go not only superficial, but to the deep layer of your skin, the epidermis, to tell us, because let me tell you, if I just look at your skin right now, you look beautiful. I might think you have no issues. But as soon as I go to deeper layer, there's a cyst waiting to just for you to get upset tomorrow, and boom, a citadizer waiting to do. Hey, hello.
Hi.
You get what I mean? So, second, I talk to you. The whole of, you see, when you come for what we call consultation, the whole point of consultation, sometimes there's some people who come for consultation and we tell them we can help you. We are sorry, but Timeless Medical Spa cannot help you. We need to refer you to another doctor who will deal with that. So, because your problem might be gut health, because I'll talk to you and know, what are you eating? What's your diet? Can we first check that and see what happened? Yes, I'm going to give you a facial. Yes, I'm going to give you a treatment. Yes, I'm going to give you a product, but it's more deeper than this. Let's get to this. Hey, did you just lose a mother? And now why? When we go to the point of, when did this start happening? Now, if you tell me, oh my God, I lost my mom, and for some reason a week later, my skin, and it has never, I've had a lady, I cannot say her name, God bless her, who came to me after losing her parents, and she lost her hair. I didn't know she didn't have hair, because she would always come looking beautiful because she wore wig. I didn't know it was wig. So, and then one day as we were talking, she decided to open up. That's why I told you I became a psychologist, not because it was my training, but because of my job. And then when she opened up to me and said, now I'm here because I've lost, how can you help? Now, I'm not trained to treat hair. So do you think I can lie to that child and start telling her, oh, go use this, do this here, will you know? No, I told her, now for this, you honestly need to go see your doctor, who will then refer you to someone who can deal with this, because it's psychological. This is more than just skin, now this is more than skin deep. So we first do a consultation to understand the connection between your skin breaking out, or your skin is looking good, but you're there telling us, for some reason, when I look in the mirror, I don't like how my skin looks. And then we are looking at you, your skin, girl, is perfect. If I had that kind of skin, I'd be so happy right now. That person, then is psychological. There's something in them that is telling them you're not beautiful. The stories we tell ourselves. You look yourself in the mirror and you're like, I'm not beautiful. I need to go to a medical spa, because if they can do so and so and so, this and this and that, I'd now feel better. Stories we tell ourselves. So we first listen to the story you're telling yourself, then we try to tell you the truth, then we try to work together to find a solution.
I really love that you brought out the psychology part of it. Now that we are talking about skin, and then now remembered in school we used to learn about layers. There's this the epidermis and what. So now, because we are looking into skin breakouts, and you say that it starts from you internally, and of course everyone at a certain age, you got an acne, you got a pimple, even the journey that you had when you were bringing a new child into this world, or when you are just from pregnancy and your skin was not looking good. How did you navigate the journey of healing like healing beyond you telling yourself good stories about yourself, and it's not even reflecting, because obviously that was like a trauma for you, and especially that right now you are going through grief. You most probably know what could happen about your skin. So how do you navigate the healing journey?
A very good question. First of all, let's just understand, when we're talking about skin, we're just not talking about acne. I've had people who get vitiligo. Yes. We've got people with hyperpigmentation. We have people who try to change their skin color because they believe it's called colorism. Yeah, colorism. Now, okay, let's look in the media for a minute. People, the lighter you are, I don't understand why. If you look at our skin, most of our anchors, they are what? Light skin. There are very few that are dark. Does it mean there's no smart people that are dark skin that can lead news?
So good question.
There comes the society. What does society Kenya mnaita kala ya dhau. Who said the lighter you are, the beautiful you are? Are we not looking at the heart? Are we just looking at the skin? So when we talk about skin issues, we're talking of so many things. Wrinkles, let's say, as we are aging, I'm over 50 now, right? 51 soon. Now, 51 this month. So now, my skin is starting to wrinkle, right? That can be to some people of my age who their mental health is not all there. It might start affecting them that, oh, you're now on denial. I'm not, why is my skin looking like this? I don't like, but in actual fact, you are aging. So, and age is inevitable. We just want to age gracefully. You do something about it. You come to us to do something about it because you want to do it for you. But not because I'm thinking, what is Tina thinking? What is, so how did I heal? Is the day I realized that my skin does not own me. I own it.
Oh, that's good.
My skin does not define me. I am Peris Mbuthia. I am better than my skin. So if you have a problem with my skin, that's a you problem. It's not a me problem. Now I need you to know this. When I came to open Timeless Medical Spa, my skin wasn't all cleared. Why? Because when I came, I've been living abroad all the time. Now I've come back to open a business. I didn't come with my family. I first left my family. I'm here alone. I had to travel every 2-3 months to Canada, between Canada and Kenya. Do you know how stressful that is? Leaving your children, that you're talking to your kids every day, you're telling them what to do every day. It was so stressful. I started breaking out again. But here's the thing. I went on and opening the clinic, knowing that my skin is not perfect, but saying my skin does not define me, my skill define me. You can do what I'm telling you, do not look at me. Because even now, I tell we still go through this. I sell skincare, and there's somebody who will come in our clinic. If a girl is having a bad day, she has a period, and she has, and then you're telling somebody you should be using this, so they look at you like, why don't you first do what you're telling me to do?
And then you
and when it works on you, then come and tell me to do that. So how did I heal? It's when I decided my skin will not define me, but I will define who I am. I'm a child of God. I am beautiful. I am wonderfully made. I'm fearfully made. Once you tell yourself the story we tell ourselves, I started telling myself who I am, reminding myself who I am. And I'm not just defined by the color of my skin or the look of my skin, because skin change in every age. How I looked, believe me, if you look at my wedding photos and now, I look like a different person. Collagen was full. Ilikuwa na utu. Tumejaa vizuri. You know the youth, everything is just mafuta ile it's just beautiful fat. I don't know where that collagen go, but I have to embrace this season of my life. So once you tell yourself that good story and you start feeding yourself with positive story, not negative about you, you heal. Because then I healed myself from inside, and then radiant skin, growing skin. And before you know, Lord behold, you're like, hello you. Wow, we healed.
Beautiful.
Yes.
That's amazing. So now I feel like I should really stay on the emotional part, because it is more.
I even have a question regarding that, because you said you have 2 daughters, and they kind of watched your journey from going with the struggle to not feeling very confident to now working through the confidence and then being confident. How do you sort of mentor them from that standpoint of keeping your confidence? And have you ever seen them waver as well, and how you deal with that?
Yes. Okay. First of all, do you know the way they say doctors don't treat themselves?
Yeah.
And also pastors don't preach to themselves?
Yeah.
They also need to have somebody else preach to them. And now and again, as a doctor, you need to go get checkup because you cannot be treating yourself. Same thing. My kids are my children, and our children normally they learn by what we do, our action, not what we tell them. You can tell them until you are blue.
True. Yeah.
They choose what to pick on that, but what they really pick on is your actions, is what you do. So, my children, have I seen them sometimes struggle with a little bit of self-esteem? Yes, because why? They are human beings. They go through stages like every child. When they were teenagers, this is what teenagers go through, Like I know my young daughter, she'll kill me if I say this, but right now she hates this. She hates camera. Just the other 10 days ago, I was in Canada. I'm trying to take photo with her. She's like, Mommy, no, I don't want. Okay, Mom, you can take it, but no posting. It's just for us, for privacy. Do you get it?
Yeah.
She hates. She's not a social media person. Then I have my older daughter. You will know what she ate breakfast today. You know what she ate yesterday. You will know what she's doing. You get what I mean? So personality-wise. So I might teach them, yes, and they watch me, go through this and how I came out of it beautifully. And you hope they learn something about that. And I try to tell them, I love you. You are beautiful. I've been telling them from when they are born. To say I love you in my house is something like breathing. We talk on the phone, I love you, Mom, I love you, girl. It's
the normal.
Exactly. You're beautiful. It's a normal. My husband will tell me every day, and I'm not trying to exaggerate this. Like, if every time I dress, wow, you're beautiful. I'm like, am I always beautiful? Even when I'm wearing nothing, like a jogging, I'm going to go exercise. Wow, how are you looking? It's just.
That's beautiful though. Actually.
Exactly. It's sometimes affirmation are good.
Yes.
When your child feel you affirming they are beautiful, they believe they are beautiful, and so they walk around feeling I am beautiful. So that's all I've tried to do as a mother. But does that mean they don't have bad days where they wake up with breakout and they're like, oh my God, or when they wake up and they've lost so much weight or they gain so much weight and they're like, oh my God, why am I gaining so much weight? They deal with that like any other human being. But I keep on reassuring them, you're not defined by how you look. It's the inside.
Yeah.
First of all, the book of the Lord tells us what? The Bible says, He looks on her heart. This is nothing. Hii kitu si tutakufa. Na itaenda. Thank you. So we shouldn't be defined by how. But these days, it's like we are defined, especially these days of social media. We put so much on how we look, on our look. We would do anything to look a certain way. And I'm not saying that's bad. If you look at me now, I took time to, to dress up or whatever. I'm not saying that, because remember we said how you feel impact how you think. How you think impact. See, so we must look certain way to impact how we feel, and so we can go out saying, "Wow, we are I look good." You look in 7 minutes, I look good. I can go face the world. But we shouldn't be defined by that. That is, we should remind ourselves that constantly. Again and again and again.
True.
I feel like she has really touched something very vital about how we're trying to make ourselves look good, and there's a thin line there of confidence or feeling good about how we look, and also attaching our confidence to how we look.
Yes.
So I would like for you to hold on to that thought about the filmmakers and how we edit our photos. I would like to indulge you to the point of the conversations we have at home, or now like the point of view as a parent. What conversations did you have with your daughters about skin? At what age did you start? And also the parents who will be listening or reading this book, what kind of conversation should they start introducing to just baby that confidence as it starts?
First of all, in the world we live today, where social media is telling us all, even grown people like me, of how we should look, you should eat this to look like this. You should exercise like this to look like this. You should read this book to look like this. You should use this filter if you want your people to follow you. You should use this app. It can be very confusing. First of all, is you tell your children, do not let everybody speak to you. Be very wise about who speaks in your life. It's okay to have mentors you don't know. I have a lot of mentors that I've never met that I look up to, but be very careful not to lose yourself on the process of that, because the truth of the matter is we live in a world which is this overload of information. Overload of information. You can even get confused of which information is true, which information is not true. So you need to know yourself beyond the shadow of doubt. Who am I? For example, now let me give you an example. I like to give you an example with the people I've interacted with in my clinic. I've had somebody who came to me and it was 80 degrees in Kenya. I think it was January. Very hot. Like I was sweating. It was very hot. But this person was wearing a jacket, and a sweater inside. And I'm like, dude, are you not sweating? What's happening here? It's so hot. And then, by the person has come to me because they have lash. They have lash all over. Oh my God. Then they had this thing you call, this hat you wear up to here. Zile watu walimuru ufanga jukuna the only one that you know boshori. Akikuyu tunaita boshori. That one. Na Kizungu inaitwa nini?
I can't.
Okay, that one.
The name is skipping.
The one that you put and you know, like, and then he had a mask on top of it.
Oh wow.
So I was like, and he's like, I've been following you, and I thought you're the only person who can help me. So can I unmask in front of you? I go, please. So he started taking layer after layer after layer. Such a good-looking young man, but covering his whole self with clothing. Why? Because he believed. First of all, he believed he was so skinny. He was born. He didn't want people to see his hands. So he felt if I put a sweater and a baggy jacket, you think I'm big and muscle. Because of doing that and wearing a hat because he was shy, he broke out everywhere. Tuko pamoja up to that level. So his self-esteem ended up costing skin issues. Because he's covering his whole body. Even when it's 80 degrees, he's having 5 layers so he can look his big. Imagine he had jeans short and another trend and so that you think he's
bigger.
So now this young man, psychological and skin, how are they attached? Because our brain, this nerve, the head nerve of our skin are attached to our brain. So what we tell the brain, the story we tell our brain, it affects our skin. So he was telling his brain this story every day. No girl will ever like you. Nobody will ever love you. First of all, how can you date a girl? And this, by the way, he had a successful career. Who will ever date me? When they come to my house and find, I take all this and they see this skeleton of a man, they just gonna run away. So the more he told himself those stories, the more the skin was reacting, the more. Does it make sense? Yeah. So the first thing I did to this young man, I hugged him. I hugged him. I really hugged him tight. And he started crying. And I started crying with him. And I said, you're seen. I've heard you and I've seen you. Now we're going to walk this journey together. You're going to heal. And so I told him, what if you do me a favor? You don't put these clothes back on. Today you take that one step. You walk out of here with your head high and assuming, tell your brain, you see the same thing you've been feeding your brain? I am ugly, no woman will ever love me, I'm skinny. Now start telling your brain, oh my God, I've gained weight, look at me, my God, this muscle. I said to him, why don't you go start lifting? Just buy something you can start lifting in your house, alone in your bedroom. Start looking good, and before you know it, you're telling your brain, look at me, look at me, look at me. And before you know, you change the story you tell yourself, and you will see that will be better. And I said to him, listen, I'll give you something. He said, Madam Peris, I don't have a lot of money. I don't think I can afford your treatment and skincare. So how are you going to help me? I said to him, I'll do you something. I'll do you better. You won't pay me for consultation, and I will give you the first product free. Go, I'm investing this on you. Go use it, but only with one condition. You're not going to be covering yourself anymore when it's hot. You're going to wear a t-shirt like other young men. You're going to wear your one jeans, and you're going to walk in that, school, that, another workplace, like you're the best thing since the sliced bread. And he said, I'll be so afraid. They won't even recognize me. I said, no, They will finally see you and yourself too. You'll finally accept you. And when he started doing that, guess what? The young man started talking to me. We became friends. I became his mentor. We started talking. The next time he came in my office, his skin has improved. He had started looking a little bit, walking a little bit straight. Within a year, if I had shown you the young man we started with and this other man, you wouldn't recognize. His skin was clear. He had confidence like never before. He looked beautiful, and he ended up flying to Germany. Got a job there. That is one story. I have a story of somebody who had vitiligo. And so this was a woman who was always covering themselves with long sleeve because the vitiligo was in their arm. And they, no matter what, they would never take it out. They allowed the vitiligo to define them because they were afraid what people will say. They will be judged. Oh my God, what did you do for you to get that? And then I told her, it is not your fault that the vitiligo happened. And because it happened at an age, she was about 35, she was like, people know me looking a certain way. How can I now start exposing? But when again, I got into the nitty gritty of her mentor, why she think of this, and we somehow agreed she can now start showing it up. Now she don't wear long sleeve at all. She said, I'm no longer gonna let this define me. And now my family, my friend loves me because they know this. They don't look at me weird. They've gotten it. So I can tell you story after story after story of the way people, the story we tell ourselves, how our mental health is affected by our skin and how our skin is affected by our mental health. They are so intertwined. And how people praising is the cause of all our downfall. As we trying to praise others and caring about how others think and how others feel about us, we then cause ourselves what? Damage. We become sick. But most of the time, do you know, a lot of the time, even when people come to see us or go to see doctors and they are sick, we sometimes look at them and think they're in pain and they're not in pain. But as soon as we ask them, how are you feeling? Are you in pain? They tell their brain, oh, by the way, am I in pain? They start feeling the pain. That wasn't there. But because now they're in front of a doctor asking, are you in pain? They're like, by the way, I should be feeling pain. I should be
pain.
Of what you're feeling.
You get, now you start feeling, by the way. But not everybody's sick that is in pain. There are some diseases that you don't feel pain. But you see, and also, just because we are not paralyzed, by me looking at you, I don't see anything disabled about you or paralyzed, doesn't mean you're not disabled. You could be physically fit and very disabled. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Because of the stories you tell yourself. You paralyze yourself.
Your words are very important. You create the reality that you keep on.
So I can go on and on and on about the cases that made me. It's not just about acne. It's connection of so many things that happen. We have women who start developing hair on their... Yes, I had a lady, I'm sure she wouldn't mind me saying this, who came to see me because she wanted to kill herself. Just because she's young and she's now starting to develop the shin, the herself, and then she was like, oh my God, why me? When people look at me, that's all they see. So the story we tell ourselves. Again, is it your fault because you're developing hair? No. Is it a hormonal imbalancing thing? Yes. Is it hereditary issue? Could be. See, it's not your fault. So you can't change what happened to you, where you were born, the genes you carry. You can't change that. So then what do? Is talk to these people and try to get to the nitty-gritty, the root of the problem. You start knowing from their family. How is your family? How is your mom's skin? How, how does your mom look like? Then once you get to the bottom of things, then you are able to help this person. And I'll tell you the truth. I know we are all about making money. But as for me, I know there's a lot of people who've come to my clinic and I've told them I can't treat you. I won't take your money. And they're like, why? But I'm like, because this is not about me. This is something you need to work on you. I can help you on that journey of working on you. But once we start that journey, it's going to be a long journey, but you heal yourself. Yes, you can heal yourself. Yes.
That's amazing. So I really feel like we have left out out of the conversation. And just to maybe introduce him back to the conversation or into the conversation, I would like to maybe ask you about how do you feel about men and skincare?
we have this notion of you're a man, you have to look a certain way, your skin doesn't have to be baby smooth. I mean, we were all born babies with smooth skin until we got to a certain age. And they too, by the way, they do face hormonal imbalance and all that. So what do you have to say about men and skincare?
Yes, I know. And especially in Kenya, wanasemanga, mwanaume ni kupalala. So, mwanaume ni kupalala. Why do I need to look like my girlfriend? Why do I need to look like my wife? I've had my husband ask me that so many times. I don't have to look like you. I like looking at you, but I shouldn't be looking like you, But here's the thing. I educate men in letting them know this. Skin, he has a skin, I have a skin. We have this blanket called skin that protects our body, our organs. We all have it. When we go outside, for example, the sun rays doesn't know whether this is a man's skin or is a woman's skin. It will burn his skin, it will burn mine. He will get skin cancer, I'll get skin cancer. So I start by educating men the importance of taking care of your skin. By the way, I tell them, it's not just about what you apply, it's not about topical, it's what you put inside the food you're eating. Especially, this gender is a gender that normally start maybe abusing things like alcohol early in the evening. Although these days I feel like it's everybody. It's like across the board. They will start abusing smoking. They will start abusing, those things, at an early age, and it start affecting your skin. It starts showing the sign of premature aging early. So I talk to them the importance of just balancing diet, knowing what skin type are you, what to avoid, what to eat, what to increase in your diet, what to reduce in your diet. And then I tell them, you do not have to have a lot of things that you line up in your bathroom that you're using, but you just make sure your skin is hydrated and protected. Can you just use a sunscreen and maybe a moisturizer to make sure that your skin is protected, because when you go outside, you're not only protecting your skin from the sun, you're also protecting it from environment, the weed, everything, polluted air, saa zingine ni fumbi, kuna kifumbi, the dust, you're protecting. So I tell them, also skin is aging. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, the skin will be aging. So I educate you the things you can do.
It was when I was getting maybe to 30 or something like that. But for now, I thought you just have to be natural. Use the good lotion. Shower. You're gonna be good. But now the question is is it really necessary for a guy to start using skincare products?
Now, here's the thing. Question would be, why are you using skincare? There has to always be a list of us to why are you using skincare? Are you using it to protect? Are you using it to hydrate? Are you using it to treat? Now, if I was to look at your skin as a young man, then I would tell you, there's nothing wrong with you just said you use a lotion. That means you're hydrating your skin. You see, you're not just letting your skin after shower stay dry. So you're doing something good. That is skincare. Oh, come on. What do you think skincare is?
I think it's the routine.
See, that is a facial routine. Because really, a lot of people, and especially women, we do a lot of things here, but a lot of people don't even do on their body. But body is part of
their skin.
And you find a lot of people who take care of their face but forget their neck. But where do we show the sign of aging first? With the neck.
Okay.
But you'll find most women will put,
up to here.
You get. So for a man, yes, it's so simple. Why are you doing skincare? These days, men also want to look good. It's amazing how the young men, on my age now, like I said, people who are born on their 70s, I think honestly we didn't think of our skin and taking care of ourselves at an early age. But you guys are starting as early as the age, I think 12.
Yes, actually.
They are aware of, oh my God, I should be taking care of
at 12.
Yeah, and you're like, why do you need retinol at 12 for, right? I didn't start using retinol until on my 45. You see what I mean? However, but people don't want to age. It's like we want to stay young forever. We do not want to age anymore. And so because of that, even men now are starting to warm up into this skincare routine. So is it good? Is it bad? No, it's good. It's bad if you get obsessed with it. If you let it now define you. If you now start saying, oh my God, I can,
this.
You get, if you let it define you now, you are
it's like your skin it's everything. Like, oh my God, I can't go out without makeup. Like, I hear most of my friends who say, oh, I cannot go out without makeup. I wear makeup going to work. If I'm not going to work, I'm not wearing makeup. Yeah. If I'm going to just face it like my mother or whatever, I'm not, you get what I mean? Yeah. But it's okay to wear makeup because it makes me feel good. Remember, you feel good, you think good, you look good, right? Mm-hmm. But I shouldn't let it define me. Mm-hmm. Same thing with skincare. Mm-hmm. Why are you using it? You don't have to be using 10 serum if you don't even know what they're solving. Exactly. Have two that are solving what you need them to solve. Mm-hmm. Is it that
there's nothing wrong with you just said you use a lotion. That means you're hydrating your skin. You see, you're not just letting your skin after shower stay dry. Mm-hmm. So you're doing something good. That is skincare. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. What do you think skincare is?
Yeah. They think it's the routine.
The whole serums and I don't know what.
See, that is a facial routine. Because really, a lot of people, and especially women, we do a lot of things here, but a lot of people don't even do on their body. But the body is part of
their skin as well.
And you find a lot of people who take care of their face, but forget their neck. But where do we show the sign of aging first?
The neck. Okay.
But you'll find most women will put
up to here.
Yeah. You get. Yeah. So for a man, yes, it's so simple. Why are you doing skincare? These days, men also want to look good. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how the young men, on my age now, like I said, people who are born on their 7th, I think honestly we didn't think of our skin and taking care of ourselves at an early age. Mm-hmm. But you guys are starting as early as the age, I think 12.
Yes, actually.
They are aware of, oh my God,
people
I should
are putting
be taking
retinol at 12.
Yeah.
Do you need
and you're like, why do you need retinol at 12 for? Right? I didn't start using retinol until on my 45. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. However, but people don't want to age. It's like we want to stay young forever. We do not want to age anymore. And so because of that, even men now are starting to warm up into this skincare routine. Mm-hmm. So is it good? Is it bad? No, it's good. It's bad if you get obsessed with it. If you let it now define you. If you now start saying, oh my God, I can't,
can't go anywhere, this, yeah.
You get, if you let it define you now, you are, it's like your skin it's everything. Like, oh my God, I can't go out without makeup. Like I hear most of my friends who say, oh, I cannot go out without makeup. I wear makeup going to work. If I'm not going to work, I'm not wearing makeup. Yeah. If I'm going to just face it like my mother or whatever, I'm not, you get what I mean? Yeah. But it's okay to wear makeup because it makes me feel good. Remember, you feel good, you think good, you look good, right? But I shouldn't let it define me. Same thing with skincare. Why are you using it? You don't have to be using 10 serums if you don't even know what they are solving.
Exactly.
Have two that are solving what you need them to solve. Is it that you have enlarged pores? Have a serum that is dealing with that. Is it that you want smooth skin? Have something that will give you that. You get? Is it that you just want to hydrate? You have a normal nice skin, but you need to be hydrated. Have a serum that would, or a moisturizer or a cream that will sort that out. Are you trying to avoid aging? Now you're starting to treat like us, wrinkles, fine lines. Have a cream that can help with that. So understand why you're doing skincare and for what. And even a man, understand that. Are you a man who pride themselves in looking good and having a smooth skin? Then you need to invest on skincare. Exactly. Are you a man that looking smooth doesn't bother you? Then you don't need to worry about smooth skin. You just need to worry about healthy skin.
Yes.
It's about having a healthy skin in the end. If you have a healthy skin, it doesn't matter what you're using. If it's working for you and it's keeping your skin healthy, that's good.
What would you say to people, because I hear this a lot from people that have been in my life where they say, Black people don't need to wear sunscreen. Did our ancestors wear sunscreen? Was your shosho wearing sunscreen? Look at her now. But it's like, these are things that I feel like you would see sun damage after years. Because that sometimes you'll find someone that's like 70 and their skin isn't like maybe as damaged and you don't really know why. So what do you say to people that?
It's come from ignorance. And I say this with respect because if we were to look at how our grandparents lived, it's not how we are living. We've evolved. It would be so unfair of me to expect my children to understand that there's a time people fetched water. Seriously. A kid who is born today, even you now, I'm looking at you looking at me like, there's a time people used to fetch water in the river. It is very ignorant of me to think that a Gen Z right now, or even a millennia also, they are on borderline. They can understand there's a time you used to come from school and some people went to fetch water and some people went to fetch what do you call firewood. You get what I mean? So it is ignorant of us. The thing is, the truth is, just because our grandparents did not get cancer, they had cancer, maybe they didn't know it was skin cancer. They died and nobody was diagnosed it, so they don't know whether they died of skin cancer. So you know what I mean? So we shouldn't go by what happened. We should go by education of today, research.
What we know now
and what we know now. And this season of our life and this time of our life.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
Okay, maybe to peg on the conversation about the other generations and the generation right now, do you feel like the evolution of the foods we're eating right now is affecting the evolution of skin products, the amount of products? How do you feel about that?
First of all, the soil we have now is not healthy soil. True? It's changed because over the time it's been abused. Like you said, our grandparents, they didn't have pollution like we have today.
Yes.
They didn't have cars like we have. Everybody, you go to one family, it has 5 cars these days. So even the soil have changed, and so therefore even the food we eat have also changed, and that's affecting us, how we look, how our gut health, our skin health, it is affecting. So it's very important for you to really look at what you're putting in your body, because ultimately it's going to affect how you think, it's going to affect how you look, it's going to affect your energies, hormonal and all those good stuff.
So we've heard a lot from the female perspective. We have Bethel over here that can probably share with us, you know, the male stereotypes, the stigma around skincare, your own personal stories. Any questions you have for Peris as well?
Okay, before I get to questions, there's that perspective whereby I've always known that doing skincare is kind of a feminine thing. I'm not supposed to get into that because it took a while. I was recently talking about skincare because, by the way, you need to look good. I want to look good. I can't just keep on doing things the way I do it. Like I can't just keep on using Aramis or Vaseline. You can't just survive with that because on one perspective, the more you detach from your own skin, the older you get. Even as a young guy, currently I'm not even 25, but it's something that with time, before I'm 30, I want to there are things that I do. There are many sacrifices that I make. I sleep less because I want to build my dream when I'm young. So because I'm focusing so much on my dream, I'm lacking enough sleep. And then there's also the psychological aspect whereby my mind is not settled enough. Like sometimes I think I'm okay. And there's also that masculinity whereby you're not supposed to say when you're not okay. You're supposed to fight it by yourself. So sometimes, yes, I as a guy also feel like, okay, my skin is not good. I'm not handsome enough for someone. And it will make me wear hoodies. I'm a techie. Techie have that aspect whereby we don't want to explore ourselves. We just want to have a hoodie on. Even before I had this, I had a hoodie on. Wow. I had a hoodie on. It's something that I'm very, very comfortable in. And when someone tries to convince me, I have to try skincare, I have to it feels kind of feminine and it's still taking a while, but I'm thinking of going into it, but I don't know how to start or how to go about that. I can't even process my mind. How am I going to convince myself? Because currently I'm still in the process of convincing myself.
Can I just dive into this straight up?
Yes,
you know, as you're talking, I'm looking at you. And I like where you said you're not even 25 years yet. You know, our skin start aging from the age of 28. It starts showing sign of aging from 28. Your cell right now, they're nice and fluffy. They are good. That's why you cannot too much. Collagen is full. But as we get older, it starts depleting. And that's why you're going to look at Madame Peris. If I bring my before and after photo when I was your age, and now I got married at your age. I was about 24 when I did my wedding. Utaona hizi zimejaa. Nikicheka nilikuwa mpaka na dimple me. I had dimples. Nikicheka hivi unaziona yeye. But as we get older, our collagen is depleted and even our facial It starts changing how we look. You get how we look. It's like, now I'm looking at you, my son, and you said, I'm working hard because, of course, this is when you're supposed to work hard to achieve, to become. And now I'm looking at your eye, it's got this dark circle that's starting to develop because you're not sleeping enough.
2 hours of sleep today.
And your eyes are telling, you see, skin speak. His skin is speaking. And just looking at it, we all can see he's tired. His tired eyes are showing. You are showing fine lines here, not because you are aged, but because you are dehydrated, you're not sleeping well. Then the next thing, you start retaining water and you start getting puffy eyes. Sometimes you get puffy eyes, right? You see here it's puffy because you haven't slept well. So now, why do we then start skincare? Why do we teach you about when to start skincare? Because if you wait until now when you say, oh, I'm Peris's age, I'm 50, now I should go into anti-aging, so I don't, it's already too late because you've abused your skin by not sleeping well, by not eating well, by overthinking. See, you're already overthinking. You are tech. You don't want, tech normally are lonely people. So sometimes maybe you don't talk a lot. You don't empty yourself. You're an African child. African men are raised to men. Mwanaume ni kujikasa. Even when you have things disturbing you, you're not supposed to go
to share.
You should
keep it in.
If you feel like crying, you shouldn't cry. You should just cry inside. All those things are unhealthy for you, because at the end of the day, I keep on telling the young men in my life, even my husband, if for sure you're not going to cry in front of people, go in the bathroom and scream. Scream, because trust me, there's a reason why we were given tears. To clean our eyes and also to calm us down. There's something about when you've had a good cry. Somehow it give you a little bit,
and you can sleep well.
And you feel a little bit calm. Whatever was bothering you, it looks not so big all of a sudden.
You had your epiphany after you cried.
So cry, even if you're a man, even if you're taught not to cry in public, please, if there's something bothering you, please cry it out. Number 2, speak it out. Find that one confidant or speak to God. I always say prayer is powerful. You don't have to go talk to somebody else. Speak it in prayer. If it's bothering you, a problem shared is a problem solved. Find somebody who can be your confidant. That somebody can be your father. That somebody can be your mother. That somebody can be your friend. That somebody can be... Just find somebody. You don't have to have 10 friends. It's quality over quantity. But one mentor. Who is your mentor? Doesn't have to be somebody of your age. Somebody you can cry openly in front of them and you don't feel judged. But you feel heard and you feel seen. Because those are the things that are killing our young men. Did you even know that the number of, people killing themselves? Suicide is happening more on the young age because of that. Because they're just bottling things inside and they're not speaking out. And so the next thing, they can't handle it.
You see, when it comes to that kind of a conversation, there's a problem with the young men, because suppose, let me on a quick thought, I am thinking of all the guys that I know that are older than me, or people that I can communicate to. The highest percentage are the kind of people that will be like, okay, tough luck, like be strong. Like that is the kind of conversation. We don't actually have men mentors that can actually mentor young men. That gap in the society is also affecting the young guys. So you find them being drawn, because I am a Christian young man, but most people, they'll find their joy in drugs, in women, in all these other things, because they cannot find that solace when it comes to like older generation. Suppose there was a guy I wanted to talk to, and I did talk to him. But here's the thing, the next time I heard about that story that I was confiding in them, I had it as a joke. You see, like after getting whatever that you shared as something personal, as a joke, you find it that, okay, next time I won't share. Like I won't have to share. Because now I'll have to be in myself, in the bedroom, try to look up to people that cannot judge me. You see the unseen mentors, the mentors that don't know you. You just study their lives and then try to copy what they're doing. But then there is also the aspect of illusion and reality when it comes to the social life. People are not really who they are when it comes to the social life.
Not at all.
So like you see that pain that solitude when it comes to guys, it's so hard to decide, like, I need to open up and try maybe skincare. I need to start taking care of myself. Like, it's so hard to transition to that.
I get it, and we as society are failing. We're failing on that. That's true. As society, we are getting so disconnected. Why? Because now we've made social media almost like our God. You'll find people who have 1 million followers, but they don't have a true friend. And that's why you hear people in Hollywood killing themselves. You're wondering, with all the money, with all the fame, with all the attention, why would somebody take their life? They are very lonely. So we are walking around very lonely, but having a lot of following. So we are living that world where what we do online is more important than what we share, like this. You know, like how I'm perceived online is more important than in real life, which is a long mentality if you ask me. I love social media because it's a good tool to use for promoting business and all that. But at the same time, you have to use it really, we have to ask wisdom from God. Now back to you as a young man who's looking for a mentor in the community, and you're not finding one, you're having to go to online maybe to find somebody who virtually you can imitate and try to become what you think it's the standard of what you want to call greatness. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. However, why don't you find in your community? I know you open to somebody and then you had it being, you know, discussed as a joke. That for once, sorry,
it's terrible,
that must hurt. But that doesn't, you shouldn't shut your heart. You shouldn't shut your heart because that happened. Because what will happen is if you say, I'll never again open up to anybody, then you might affect your, that's how mental health starts. Because then you are holding in so much until you feel like you're going to, I just want to, you get what I'm but the thing is, I know you're trying to get things from a man perspective, but have you also tried from a woman perspective? I always say there's nothing, this thing of gender. Do you know our brain is the same? It's brain, your brain and mine, men and women brain is, you know, it's for ni pale hormonal thing that come and, you know, we are sort of having different, you have more this, I have more this. In the core, we're human beings. So it doesn't always have to be a man. It can also be a woman you look up to. It can be, as I always say, even younger people than you, a younger person than you can be your mentor. There's some people who are young but full of wisdom. There's some people who age, but with age doesn't come wisdom. Just still immature. So you get what I mean? So maybe you went and opened up to a immature
person,
immature old person than you, who did not know how to handle you. And so they ended up abusing the trust. So don't give up. Find somebody else. God will say, you know, play God to direct you to the right path, the right person. But learn to open up. Another thing, if you don't want to open up to anybody, start journaling. That's what I do a lot. I'm a very, on social media, I look like I'm a very people person, but I really am not. And I look like, because I have to be on it, but I'm a very private person. People think they know me online, but maybe you know only 40% of Peris Mbuthia and my life. The other 60% is very private. But what do? Journal. Start journaling your thoughts. Because when you journal it down, it's not seated here every, you've gotten a relief. Does it make sense?
Definitely.
Journal a lot, journal a lot, journal a lot. Every day, take a moment, whether that's early in the morning or late in the evening. Journal your thoughts. That way, maybe even one day you give us a bestseller with those thoughts.
Exactly.
That's another thing.
For real.
You are tech. You need an outlet. You need an outlet. Being a tech is a very lonely job. You need an outlet. Start journaling. Find a hobby that will give you the relief you need. If you're feeling pleasure inside that is building up, maybe take up a dance class that you know I do this once a week. That will take the pressure off. But do something. You know, which we call self-care. That's now what we call self-care and self-love. Did I make sense? It's not just about skincare. My friend, you could be using a limit and uko sawa. You know, you could be using Vaseline and skincare, skin yako bado iko sawa. You know, so long as it's not clogging your pores and it's hydrating your skin. It's not about the name of skincare. You know, it's not about that. It's about what works for you. You know, what works for you. Are you meditating? If you don't want to be the person who, like me, I'm the person who don't want to go sharing my story with people a lot. So what do? I meditate. And it relaxes and I get something,
Yes, the release.
Yes. So just find something that works for you. Did I really help here?
Yes.
You actually went wider because it is because of that aspect whereby the problem when it comes to men and skincare, it's not really about the skincare, it's more about the psychological problems. It's about what they're facing. It's about the reaction that they're getting from the world. It's about all of that. So when you ask me about men and skincare, I know that the topic goes deeper than that, because you have to fix this other side because skincare is just an expression, like a final result of something. But the process of healing is what needs to be worked on.
Exactly. And there's nothing like good or bad. It's what is working for you. And a lot of men are suffering in silence because of that. I shouldn't, I'm a man. How do I go telling somebody, oh, my skin is bothering me? Or maybe when they were growing up, they had acne and now it left them with enlarged pores, with scars. And that thing is deep inside. Oh my God, I know I'm not a good looking, I know I'm not a good looking dude because look at these scars. You get,
there's a lot of things that need to be destigmatized.
Exactly.
In the community.
And it become like whenever, like maybe when you start dating, the first thing you think the woman is seeing is that thing that you think is not, and so you even volunteer the conversation before even somebody asks you. And they start telling you, oh, don't worry about this. This one I got when I was young. And I'm like, I wasn't even seeing it until you say that. Because
that is derogatory.
Do you see? Because it's it's the story we tell us. You're thinking, oh my God, this person can see it. Might as well speak about it. We move on. But maybe I wasn't seeing it. It's because it's the story you're telling yourself. That's all we can see about you.
That's true.
Yet you're a smart young man who is capable of a lot, who is giving a lot in the community. But you're letting this one thing that is, bothering you crowd all your judgment.
Just magnify.
Does it make sense? So if you want to start skincare, please get into it, because if it's gonna make you feel good, if it's gonna make you think better, if it's gonna make you become more productive, because hey, if you look good, you feel good, you act good. Thank you.
There you go. I like that.
All right, thank you so much for that perspective, men and skincare. I feel like we could talk all day about it. Now I would like to shift to, we were having a conversation about bleaching. And from what I gather is that it's something that you don't like, or something that really acts you the negative way. So how would you handle a client who comes in? Because we do have products that bleach without you knowing. So there's people who suffer the lack of awareness, number one. And then there's people who do it intentionally. So if a client walked in bleached, using products that they didn't know are bleaching products, at the same time you are, because this is something you're passionate about, you probably be like, what? Why the hell are you bleaching? At the same time, you're supposed to handle them with empathy and care. How does that go for you? Your perception about bleaching? I mean, bring us into the conversation of bleaching.
Wow, bleaching, which is now manicured in so many, like skin lightening, skin brightening, skin. It's almost like, for example, when I think about my product now, Oxygen Botanical, the first ingredient which is infused with pure oxygen, the number one thing that oxygen do is brighten your skin naturally. By brightening your skin, I'm like, this young man, his skin color will be brought out. His skin color will grow. Your skin color will match from here. It's the same. We are bringing out your skin. So if you're black and beauty, we are bringing that black, we're making that black really grow and come out. However, now there's people who come to me because they want to change. Now this young man want to change this skin color to look like a mzungu, or want to look like a mwindi. You get? So now he come to me and go, Peris, I want to change my skin color. Before we get to why you want to change your skin color, I really need to sit down to you and understand how did you come to this? Because what is wrong with your skin color? God gave it to you. God saw it fit for you to be that, to give you more melanin, right? He could have made you be born in Germany so that you don't have a lot of melanin. But for some reason, he saw it fit that you be born in Africa and you be dark. Because in this same Africa, we have light-skinned people. True? Yeah. So now first is I will get to your psychology. What is, give me a good reason why. For those who used a product that they did not, maybe walienda huku tao wakambia mami mafuta, mami mami mafuta hii itakunyolosha, mami kuja mwosho moja unakuwa mwosho moja unatoka ikala. You see, then you're like, wow. First of all, social media also, again, let's go back to that. We have to go back. It's making light skin look like, let's even blame our media. Earlier on when we were having conversation, we talked about when you look at our screen, most people are light skinned. The billboard, rarely do you see dark skinned people. You get what I mean? The skin we are in, You find that the society is telling us the more light skin, let's go to the Asian community. I have Asian friend who tells me the lighter you are, the more suitable you are to be married.
Like the Korean skincare routine.
You see, so you find a lot of Asian people will use this homemade brushing thing so they can stay. And before they start looking for a groom, they can even stay in the house for like 6 months so they don't see sun. So when you stay in the house, you become pale, because you do not get in that vitamin D. You're not getting, So you start looking pale. Because the pale you are, the more suitable you are to get maybe a rich man to marry you. In this Kenya, there's some people who believe that also. And they are doing everything to bleach their skin or to lighten their skin. Is it wrong? All right? No. You are allowed to do whatever you want to do. It's your life. Do you. Do you. Your skin, your choice. But the truth of the matter is, know the side effect of what you're doing. And then go into it knowing, I am doing this because of this reason, and the side effect could be this. Now, if you're doing it because of mental health, let's go back there. You need to get help first. Because first of all, I've had people who've come to me and say, I want to change my skin color because my husband left me, and the young bimbo that he's going out with is light skin and skinny. So I want to get skinny by tomorrow. And I want to be lighter than her by tomorrow. Now do your thing. No.
That's crazy.
No, man.
The truth of the matter is, it's crazy, but I see it every time. The truth of the matter is, I can do that, but are you doing it for you? So after we've done it, will you be happy?
No, you wouldn't.
Because he's not going to come back to you because he didn't. She's not you. Now, right now, let's be here. Our personality are different. So you could try and change yourself to be Peris, but your character can never be Peris. You see, and there's some people who are allowing their skin to matter more than their character. So you go ahead and bleach yourself, but guess what? Your character is still the character that made your husband leave you. If it was your character that made you, so you need to work on your character more than your skin. Now let's go the other side, because women might say, hey, calm down. Men also bleach their skin. Did you know? Okay, the same thing. There's a man who feel all their
they do. Not as much as women, but they do.
Now you know. Skin too. Now, a lot of men see, the light-skinned dude, they seem to get attention. When I go out, they seem to get attention more than
the dark
you. So you start thinking, if I get a little bit lighter, that light girl I've always wanted will now be attracted to me. But you forget, you're not just your skin color. You're not your tone of skin. It's your heart. It's your character. It is your being. You get. So even if you change the way you look, it might make you feel good for a moment. But if you did not deal with the core issues,
it's to come back.
And you will find some people after a while, they then reverse. They are looking for the way to reverse back because they realize, oh my God, even after bleaching my skin, I'm still empty. That man is realizing, even after bleaching my skin, I didn't get the woman I thought I was gonna get. Or I got the woman and she turned out to be not my happiness. So now you're looking for happiness on something else, right? So you realize it didn't help you. So why are you, for example, there could be a reason why somebody's bleaching. there could be a little reason why somebody's bleaching. Did you get burned? Maybe you are on a fire, something happened, a fire break out and you burned, and now you have discoloration everywhere, and you want to bleach to even out the skin. Could you say that person is doing something wrong? No. You see, that will actually give back their life. They will gain back their life. Now, for some women who are bleaching just because they want to look beautiful, do we say they are doing something wrong? No, if you're doing that for you, not so you can get a man. You're not doing it so you can get a job. You're not doing it so you can get recognized.
But
Because
I have a question. Do you really think that people do these things ever just for them? Do you know if, like, for example, if tomorrow no one cared about how you look, do you still feel like these are things that people would do just for them?
no, and that's why I'm saying most of the time, that's why you have to look for the do you know, my dear friend, do you know a lot of things we do today, we care less about them.
Yeah.
It's about the people, how people will see us.
Yeah.
Do you know a lot of, if you are to minus, if, oh my God, with age come wisdom. There's a lot of stupid things I did. To just people please. I did things, the car you drive, the house, the area code you live, just because that's what people, right now at this age, you see this room, I could be happy right here.
Yeah.
I could be happy because eventually you then realize all the thing, excuse my language, but all the bullshit was never for you. It was for people. What they're gonna say about me. Maybe they're gonna love me more. Maybe they're gonna like me more. Maybe they're people pleasing. Maybe you want to impress your parents. I'm a good child. I became something. So I'm gonna buy a big car. So when I visit my mom, oh my God, my child is a big oh, I'm gonna buy the most expensive watch because when they see it, it's making statement. I'm gonna buy the most expensive weave. Because now they know I've made it. Is it for you?
A lot of
little
times
girl is having beautiful natural hair. Look at how beautiful she looks. Love. Now, tomorrow, you'll find her with a wig.
Because Johnny over there said he likes long hair.
Because all of a sudden she feel, and I'm not saying that because look, this is not my hair, this is extension, true? I'm not broad. So, but why am I wearing broad? Because it's making me feel good right now, yes? Tomorrow
you're not the people around you.
But I used to do it for people. There's a time I cared how people look. You know, how I really cared about what people think, about what I put on, what I dress. Is my shoe good? But now I put shoe because it's comfortable. Because I like it. Not because now I'm uncomfortable walking like this because I should, God forbid, be comfortable. So that's what I'm talking about. It is a lot of bullshit we do because we want to people please or because we want to gain apathy or empathy from people or because we think we'll be loved more when we do that. But most of the time, I swear, most people, what you think people are thinking of you, we are not even thinking. We are not even looking. We're not even.
Yes, exactly. It's looking at you.
Nobody even care. Nobody even care.
No one.
You pass, we talk about the next person.
Exactly.
You forget about you.
So once you know that, you then become authentic you. And authentic you is happy you. And happy you is healthy you. That's what we're about.
That's amazing. I feel like this is the right juncture to bring you back with a conversation about filmmaking, modeling. You know, skincare is such skin.
Because now you'll see, I know there have been situations where, say you take a photo, a photographer, you get the photo back and they've just edited you completely and you're like, are these things that I should have? No wrinkles, no, your hyperpigmentation, your acne is gone, your maybe a shade lighter. It's like, a lot. And so the stigma that kind of creates from just the media. I feel like the media plays such a huge role in making people feel uncomfortable because actually, and we can go back, I'm going on a tangent really quickly, but the skin being like the largest organ on your body can be used for good in terms of health, telling you what's wrong with you. But then now it's being used for evil where we have the filters and we have the, you should look like this if you want people to like your video and see all these things. What do you think the role is like in media? Like, how do you think they can sort of kind of help manage that stigma that they're putting on other people?
I know, and I'm guilty of this. Personally, I'm guilty of this. Now TikTok. There's filter like 20. All you have to do is take a video. You don't have makeup, do like this thing. All of if you wanted brows, ding. Oh my God, why I didn't have lipstick? I now have lipstick. Oh my God, I look good. Oh, let's post this. I'm honestly guilty of that. I'll be looking at photos and I'll look at this. I'm like, I need a little bit light, a bit of light, a bit of light. Oh, now let's post it. The truth of the matter is, we've evolved. The world has evolved. And now we want to perceive everybody to be perfect.
Yes.
Apparently, none of us have pimple. None of us has dark skin. All of us have become Mzungu. None of us have even...
We have white teeth and white eyeballs.
We are all perfect. We are all perfect. However, we all know it's fake news. Now, you'll have to be so stupid if you think that how people look online is how they look in real life. You'll have to be so stupid. No, serious. To think that on TikTok, how people, there are very few. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's true. There are people who actually put video the way they are. Even I sometimes I do video the way I am. But then there's another one I put 10 filters. You know, and then there's some I'll just be doing like this walking and I'm like, it doesn't need filter. I finish and post it. Especially when you're live. Most of the time, I don't bother with filter. You just go as you are. But now we even have that option, even when you're live, to put filter. So it's not, you can't blame people. It's just the society, it's what it is. We need to, and imagine, people will judge you when you're true self. Like this, imagine kuna filter. Why would you even post this video like this? So, media, we're gonna ask you, who did editing? Guy, why do you make that person look like that?
I also do editing. So like there's also that aspect where it's the client that demands you to like fix all their blemishes.
Yeah, we want to look perfect.
But now the issue is, here is where the self-esteem issue comes. I fix all your blemishes, and then tomorrow you're performing in real life, and maybe you're not wearing any makeup. How people perceiving you, they're like, okay.
Self-low esteem start happening because when I show up as Peris Mbuthia, the real Peris Mbuthia, and all of a sudden people want nothing to do with me, depression, stress. The next thing, I'm sick. The next thing, you get what I mean?
It's a downward spiral.
Yeah.
Can you? Sorry, continue.
So that is why we are doing this thing to tell people, understand who you are at the core. Stop buying the story people are feeding you. You know, and start telling yourself positive stories about you. Love you on you. And I'm not saying makeup is bad. I'm not saying I'm wearing makeup. I'm not saying putting expensive clothes, smelling good, cologne is bad. No, show up the way you want to show up, but do not let it confuse you and start changing that narrative of who you are at core. You need, so if today you want to go without makeup, go without makeup. If today you want to go with filter, go with filter. But if tomorrow somebody remove filter, be okay with that. Right? And then we tell our media, please stop showing us only perfect. We want to see anchors. We want to see filmmakers. We want to see Hollywood people who are not all
glammed up.
Can we see people with no flat bellies? Can we just see normal human beings sometimes who don't exercise? I know we're supposed to exercise. I exercise, I be healthy, but the whole world is not healthy
and perfect.
But we're only showing what is perfect. True? Can we show that it's okay if a woman wants to cut her hair and not do nothing on it? It doesn't have to be relaxed. And that one who wants to relax, it's okay, let them relax. Can we just have a balance where the narrative we are putting out there is that only you have to look a certain way to be accepted? I think it starts with the media.
Do you think that because you know the way sometimes it's like people say people don't even know what they want, and because it's like a lot of times you'll see like fine, you put something that's imperfect on the screen and everyone's on social media being like, did you see what they're wearing? Did you see what their hair looked like? Did you see da 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 da? The same people that are complaining that the media is fake tend to be the same people that tear down that person that was put on their screen that's not perfect. So it's kind of like an issue.
It's a dance.
You know, it's such a weird thing to whatever. But I really love what you said in terms of just being authentic as you can, because you can't please everybody.
You can't please everyone, exactly. And I have a saying that I like saying now. if how I show up doesn't make you happy, that's a you problem. Deal with you. Because why are you putting a thing on me how I should look? Peris Mbuthia should appear like this. Peris Mbuthia should be. Why? That's a you problem. Yeah. But allow me to be me, however way I want to show up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now that I'm loving the energy on this conversation about this perfectionism kind of idea, I would like to bring on the body positivity part, because now we also have models who are being put on brands. What do we call those things? The enlistings of models. We find that they're looking for people in a certain kind of way. So the perfectionism is also because of people are not comfortable with who they are. You say that people don't know what they want. At the same time, we're not comfortable with showing people who we are really on the inside.
True.
So what do you have to say about body positivity?
Body positivity. First,
Because it's all about skin.
yeah,
as well.
it's they're connected. They're connected. Like I just said, it starts with us. You need to own you, right? For example, now the model that show up thin like a steak because that's how the company want you to be. It could be now your immune system is compromised because you are avoiding to eat certain food so that you don't gain weight. And those who are big doesn't mean because you're thin you're healthy. No. It does not always mean because you're thin you're healthy. And because you're big doesn't mean you're unhealthy. No. Maybe God gave you big bones and you should be big. Not everybody should be thin. So long as when you go and do your yearly test, your doctor tell you you are within the age you should be for your height. You see, there's something to do with that.
Exactly.
So you might say, I want to be like Peris, but you're taller than me. So if I weigh a certain weight, it might not be the right ideal weight for you. So what we're doing to our children, I blame all these big companies that we are now telling our children that this is the look that
They're setting
portray. Exactly.
Yes.
A beautiful woman should look like this. A good-looking man should look like this. Should have a six-pack. Should be. This thing that we perceive that is perfect. Perfect for who?
Yeah.
To be honest, it's perfect for who? If you slow down and ask yourself, perfect for who?
I feel like everyone should just take a deep breath. That which you think is perfect, is it perfect for you?
Exactly.
Or is it perfect for others?
Like that's such a
Now, if it's for others, you are missing a big. You're missing the point.
you'll never satisfy everyone. Like
Trust me. Today, see this gentleman here. Today he wants you because you are skinny. You look. He like that. Tomorrow he might change his mind and say, "I want somebody with nyach now. I want somebody big." That's what Kenyan call it. I know. I've changed my taste. Now I want somebody. Oh, then he look at me. Then I want you. You are light skin. Then tomorrow he change his mind. He say, "Oh my God, I saw a melanin girl. My God, her hair. She looks. Oh, that Sudanese girl. Oh my God." So if you're doing it for people, remember this. You can never satisfy a human being. Today they want this, tomorrow they want that, the other day they want this. So if you're going by seasons of life, by what is happening, that's why even fashion, there's something that come and I let it pass. It's not for me. So I'm not gonna wear it to look stupid just so people can say Peris is very fashionable. She's trendy. Exactly. I'm not gonna do it just to impress you guys. But if it's make me happy and I feel like I dress my body well, I wear it. It doesn't make sense. So I feel we're going to blame media because media also is there. You are the first people who bring us the perfect people that we look up to. We're going to blame big company who would run this campaign of showing us the model that are portraying this is how our children should look like in order for them to be admired. We're also blaming ourselves.
Hollywood and
Disney. And we also blame ourselves for buying that.
Exactly.
Yes. So we should blame ourselves for not listening to the inner voice which tell us show up as you are, show up authentically, show up as you, love you, and just do not care what people think.
Exactly. Okay, I love that. I also have a very left field question because can you see a change in when younger people come to you? You mentioned earlier how you have younger people that are now indulging in like drinking and smoking a lot more. Are you seeing an increase in terms of like now skin texture and skin problems from the lifestyle that I feel like has become worse? And
I hate to say this, but young people now are looking older.
Yeah.
You know, it's because once you abuse substance. Once you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, you're stressed, the environment we are, it's just, I don't know what's happening in the whole world. And you find now, it's like the older people are reversing in it. They are looking younger, and the younger people are looking older. It's like we are going on reverse. The older people are starting to look younger, the younger people are looking old. It's all in the ignorance of not having a balance. And so carelessness, eating anything, junk now. You know, there's a lot of junk, and young people are choosing junk as opposed to real food. You get what I mean? Definitely. So if you're gonna eat pizza, a hamburger that you bought in the, what do you call them? You know, those, I don't want to call a name, specific, but those franchise sort of restaurant, you definitely not doing yourself favor. But if you're going home and you're making your kagidiri, kaugari, kaskuma wiki, you're eating healthy, you know what you put in your food. Of course, you are what you eat, and that's not mediocre, by the way. You are food is medicine. So if you're putting junk in your food, junk in, junk out. It will show on your skin. It will even show in how you talk, how you show up, because you'll be sluggish. You'll be dull. You'll be tired. You're not going to be productive. So it's affecting your whole being, not just your skin. Your brain becomes foggy. So you're not thinking straight.
Okay. All right. I think that was it for me from my side and from the team side. I feel like now we should get personal perspectives about how this book is going to turn out.
Hello, my name is Bethel Moni. I'm a creative designer. I'm also a media person, and I also do a bit of strategy. I'm very, very interested by the book that Peris is writing. It's a very, very interesting book, and I was sharing more about my perspective as a guy when it comes to skincare. I'm very, very excited for the book that is coming out, since I know that skincare is not something that just affects women, but it affects all gender, and it is something that is core to our personalities. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shingi. I'm a creative, a visual storyteller, and a moderator. Here in this interview, we interview Peris on all things skincare. I'm personally excited because this book really gets into how everything really starts from within. Our skin, being our largest organ, is something that can tell us what's happening, but it should not be our biggest and main focus. Everything that you do should be for you. And that is just one of the main topics that is going to be discussed in the book, and I'm very excited for everyone to see.
How do I feel about this book that is about to come? I have loved the conversation we've had before we get here. I've loved the time I've taken to do research and to think about what I want this second book to be all about after The Audacious Dreamer. And I've decided, because of the skills I've acquired over the years and what I've learned treating skin in the clinic, and also what I've gone through, me, Peris Mbuthia, in person, I've really suffered with different issue of skin, be it hyperpigmentation, post-hyperpigmentation after giving birth, after having acne, stressful life, losing loved one, being sick myself, and, having to deal with matters skin, matters mental health, matters gut health, matters, how they are all intertwined, self-esteem, low self-esteem, sometimes overconfidence, they are all intertwined. That is the reason why I decided to come with this book, which is, what is the connection between self-esteem and skin? Does skin really speak? Do we listen to it? Is skin connected to our brain? Is it? That is why we are doing this book, because I believe it is so timely. We need to talk about the stories we tell ourselves. We need to talk about this skin that covers our whole body, the organs we carry. Do we really give our skin the credit due? Do we just make everything to be about our skin? Is that why now we can't do without filters? Is it all about how we look outside, or does our inside matters? That is why I'm doing this book, and I'm very passionate about it, and I cannot wait until you get it in your hands, because I believe together we are going to thrive, to have a healthy skin, a healthy mind, a healthy body, and we're going to show up authentically, being happy us, not caring about what people think about us, because I think we've lost ourselves in the mix of the loud world, which keep on telling us we have to look a certain way, we need to look a certain way, speak a certain way, walk a certain way, have certain things, material things, all this. So we're going to be diving deep into this. I look forward to having fun together and to impacting life together.